Hey, welcome to my car. How can I help you?
Hi, could I get a 6-piece chicken nuggets? I get ranch and chipotle.
You want 2 sauces?
Yes, please.
Got it. Okay, anything else for you?
And then regular fries, a blueberry soda. What is a snow day?
What's a snow day?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, it's our version of a blizzard from Dairy Queen.
Okay, could I do the cookies and cream one?
Yeah, definitely.
And that's it.
All right, no worries. It's $22.27.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got the snow day.
Thank you.
Soda.
Thank you. Thank you.
You got it.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new vlog. Bit of a different vlog this time around, but I really wanted to share what I've been going through lately. I just feel like it's part of the human experience, and I do want to share the ups and the downs because that is what being a human is all about. My life isn't sunshine and rainbows 24/7, and I'm actually very grateful for that. But I went to Plant Power. It's a vegan fast food chain, and got something so we can do a little mukbang and chat. This channel is mainly to inspire you all to eat healthier, make better food choices that will help your body. But I would also be lying to you if I didn't share the other parts of my nutrition, which is sometimes you've gotta forego the health and wellness for your soul and your spirit. It's all about balance. And so we've got some fries, a blueberry soda, ranch and chipotle. Fry first. Chicken nuggets. Oh, one more thing, and a vegan blizzard in the cookies and cream flavor. I'm very excited to dig into all of this. So let's do a cheers. This is the best vegan ranch ever. Dip. I can't tell you how nourishing this is for the soul. A good chicken nugget dipped in ranch. The last couple weeks have been kind of hard for me. I feel like I've been dealing with some challenges that are kind of starting to escalate a little more than I anticipated. Through these couple of weeks, I've kind of come to 3 big realizations through kind of processing the challenges that I'm going through currently. And yeah, blueberry soda is a 10 out of 10. Over the last 2 weeks, I have been diving into therapy and reading more and journaling as much as I can to kind of understand what feelings are coming up for me and like allowing them to exist. There are 3 big takeaways that I've kind of come to as a result of the last couple of weeks of processing and reading certain books and listening to certain words of certain people. Also, this is the vegan blizzard cookies and cream. The 3 things are to find joy in what you're doing no matter the circumstance. Number 2, to allow negative emotions, or not negative, to allow low emotions to exist. And number 3, that we are incredibly capable of adapting and that we can trust ourselves to adapt to any situation that's thrown our way. So, number 1, we can find joy in anything, no matter the circumstance. And this thought kind of came to fruition from, first of all, my therapist. I was getting hung up about feeling like I'm doing all the things to be happy. I'm meditating, I'm doing exercise, I'm journaling, I'm doing X, Y, Z. I'm literally doing everything to try and be happy. So why am I still stressed out? Well, happiness is fleeting. With happiness, there is sadness. They are opposites. And so for one to exist, the other must exist as well. And that's why happiness is fleeting, because it's impossible to just be happy all the time and not have the existence of sadness. And she told me, instead of looking for happiness, we can try and find joy in things, which is more internal. It comes from inside. It's not reliant on external factors. And the second thing that kind of got me thinking about this question, how can I find joy in anything, in any circumstance, was a book I read called The Girl Who Fell from the Sky. It's about this Australian girl who literally fell from the sky. Her parachute didn't open and she hit the ground from 14,000 feet and survived, but she became paraplegic. And finding the joy in a situation where it's so horrific, so traumatic, is something she learned to do. She was kind of like, okay, well, if this is gonna be my life, where can I find joy in this? Anyways, so I started asking myself the question, where can I find joy in this situation that I have the right to be kind of, not over the moon about? But where can I also find something to be joyous about in this moment? It could be as simple as like, you know what? I am able to drive a car. I'm sitting in this car stressing out about something, but at the same time, what a gift it is to have a car that can take me to things that bring me joy, like ice cream. There are other things like I can smell the smell of French fries. The smell of French fries is a joyous feeling, if I do say so myself. But yes, to summarize, that was number 1. Yes, I can acknowledge that this is a challenging time for me. I'm having an anxious thought about something, but where can I also find the joy in my current situation right now? And I just keep asking myself that all day, every day. As soon as I recognize that I'm starting to spiral again, and it has helped me dramatically. I guess we should move on to number 2, which is allow low emotions to exist. And I refrain from using the word negative because characterizing emotions as either positive or negative implies that there are certain emotions we don't want. But again, we are all human, and having both high and low emotions is part of the human experience and is part of what makes life beautiful. Because super cliche, but if we experience happiness, that means that we also know what sadness feels like. So without sadness, there can't be happiness. So cliche, but it's so true. Over the past year, I've been listening to a lot of manifestation gurus, manifestation people, abundance mindset people, and I 100% wholeheartedly believe in abundance, of the abundance mindset and manifestation and all that good stuff. But there's a point in my life personally where I started becoming like kind of like toxic positivity mindset in a way. I was disallowing myself to acknowledge that I still feel fear, I still feel doubt, I still feel sadness, I still feel frustration, because I was scared that by acknowledging those feelings, my things that I wanted to manifest wouldn't. And I'm coming to realize that that is just so wrong on so many levels. By denying the existence of an emotion, I'm preventing myself from processing that emotion and working through it. And then that emotion just builds up even more until finally I'm burnt out again and I'm like, God, I need to have a good cry again. Which there's nothing wrong with crying, but it was like a really frustrated, like outburst kind of cry. It is not weak to acknowledge that you are going through something challenging, and it is not going to prevent you from manifesting whatever you want, because you acknowledge that you still feel feelings of fear, frustration, sadness, and doubt. In fact, as I've been allowing myself to feel sad and to feel fear and to feel frustration, there are answers that are slowly kind of just surfacing because I've allowed myself to feel. Answers to questions that I've been racking my brain over. I'm not allowing the thoughts of fear and doubt to rule my life. I'm simply acknowledging that that is something I am feeling and basically just watching the feeling. And with that acknowledgement of those feelings, then I can take care of myself. I have a self-care day. I work 1 hour less. I put on my favorite TV show, and then I feel so much better. And then I can keep working on whatever it is I need to do. That's another thing. When you don't allow yourself to feel the emotions that come with being human, you can't properly take care of yourself. You are not preventing your manifestations from happening by allowing yourself to feel all the emotions. In fact, more answers and more things can come to you when you acknowledge all the feelings and take care of yourself to lift you back up out of whatever low energy you're in. And my last thought on this is, when I have not allowed myself to feel sad and frustrated, it truly felt like I was being misunderstood by the world and that no one was there for me because I wasn't there for me, if that makes sense. It's almost like your inner child inside you needs a hug and you're refusing to give it to them because you refuse to acknowledge that they're sad. And so when you do acknowledge that you do need a hug, you do need some words of encouragement, you are feeling sad, you feel heard, but it's coming from internally, and that is even stronger than being heard by another human. It gives you a sense of value and worth in yourself that another human cannot give to you. It is truly a gift to yourself. I need to do some work on these fries. The last thing, number 3, you are capable of adapting to whatever situation is thrown your way. How many times have we had something hard thrown at us and we believed like, this is the hardest thing ever and I'm not gonna get through this, and then months or years later you're like, wait, that happened and I'm still here, I'm still alive, I've smiled since then. I've had good memories since then. I got over that thing. During my first breakup ever, I was absolutely devastated. And there were days that I would stay in my room, wouldn't come out. I lost like 15 pounds because I wasn't eating out of depression and not leaving my room. Literally, those days I wondered how the fuck I was going to make it out of this room ever again. It was not fun, but here I am. I survived my first breakup. I have smiled so much since then. I have grown so much since then. I feel so much more alive now than I did even before the breakup. There are so many other examples I could share with you, just like goes to show you whatever you're going through that you feel is impossible to get through, you have already done that. You have already felt those feelings of this is impossible, I'm not going to get through this, and then you do every single time. And I know these words aren't going to solve anyone's problems off the bat. 3 words that help me stay grounded in the belief that I have the ability to adapt to any situation. Hope, faith, and trust that whatever situation I'm in is going to get better. And I just repeat these words to myself every day, like have faith, have faith, have faith, and trust, trust, trust. Just trust that things are going to get better. Just think about all of your biggest milestones. The time you had your first kiss, you adapted, I bet, to figuring out how to kiss someone back, or maybe you didn't, but eventually you did. First time you went on a date with someone, the first time you met a new friend, the first time you went to a new job. We are all always adapting to new circumstances. So whatever it is that you're struggling with right now, just know that you are already adapting. You have already done it hundreds, maybe even thousands of times, and you're going to continue to be able to do that even in the situations that seem the hardest. I truly believe that. Forget the how. Don't think about how you're going to adapt. Just trust that you will be able to. And that's all I have to say on that. And I want to shout out this book I read one more time. You know, because we stress out about stupid shit all the time. Funny story. I'm recording on my phone and my phone just overheated. But what I was saying, as a content creator, being so completely honest with you, I stress out about how many freaking views I get on like my Instagram, for example. And it's like, why on earth is that something to stress out over when Emma is literally paraplegic and in the hospital with a crushed spine? It's one of those things that you're like, thank you for humbling me. To anyone struggling with stress right now, struggling with something challenging in their life right now, first off, it is totally 100% okay for you to be feeling stressed out, anxious, frustrated, sad, anything about that. Whatever you're going through is worth acknowledging, and it's not weak to acknowledge, or it's not going to stop your manifestations from coming through to acknowledge that you are feeling low emotions. But I promise you, and I'm saying this to myself as well, that if you just trust in your adaptability, you're going to be so freaking fine. And lastly, although a challenge can feel so impossible to escape, the emotions are just like in your head 24/7. I challenge you to sit down for a moment, maybe in nature preferably, somewhere quiet, and think about what, if anything, is possible for you to feel some joy for. Once you can kind of get out of your head for a second, you can just really feel how much life there is inside you and how much life there is all around you always. That might sound super corny to you, but if you felt it before, you know what I mean. Life is just so giving to us at all times if we take a beat to feel it. That'll be the end of my little TED Talk right there. I hope that you found some comfort in it, some value in it. I hope you liked this style of video for a change. I just want to stay true to my own human experience, and this is what has been going through my mind the last couple weeks. That's all for now. I absolutely demolished all this food. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and I will see you in another video next week.